Okay, I like this. I like this so far. Okay. So this is Project Outsider. And I like this screen so far. This is cool. Project Outsider is a located electrical fan mod that's not favorite anyone with King Salvato. Done played only if the official game's been completed. Game felt located in the shop. Yeah, yes, of course. You read that you've completed the game. Oh. Whoa. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I like this. I like this. Which chapter do you want to play? Yo, what? There's 2 chapters out. So let's do chapter 1. Chapter 1, Monarch. Yo. Will the circle be unbroken? What is happening? By and by, by and by. What are you saying? Is a better home awaiting? In the sky, in the sky. $11 years ago. What? Zakhev. Zakhev. Okay. So Zakhev. My god, this is incredible. This is extraordinary. The middle-aged man eyes the stunned doctor curiously, brows raising in intrigue. Would you get a share, doctor? You won't believe this. The girls are showing great psychokinetic ability, each one of them. Not just increased, but drastically increased. The doctor was quite fascinated by the results he's gotten, eyeing the clipboard and flipping through the pages rapidly. The other man's expression, however, morphed from intrigue to skepticism. So, a drastic increase? What are the numbers on that? Dr. Zakhev looks up for the first time, does hint of distress and tension in his eyes. Oh, well, they've reached 10% capacity. The man interrupts the doctor, moving towards the display window on the other side of the room. 10%? 10? That's it? After 5 years of research and experimentation, you've yielded me 10%? I must say, Doctor, I'm quite unimpressed. I expected so much more. The man doesn't even face the doctor when he speaks, only looking through the window. So what is this? What the fuck? I wonder what this is talking about. Sir, please, you must understand, these are also incredibly difficult to achieve. It's a miracle we've been able to attain them at all. These girls are only 7 years old, so it must stand to reason that their abilities will develop with age. I believe that with continued work with them, their raw power can be refined and harnessed. These are also incredible. How can you not see that? The man turns his head a bit, though not enough to look back at the doctor. It sounds as though you're questioning my judgment, Doctor. Are you? The doctor gulps, and his posture relaxingly as he had taken over. Of course not, sir. I was simply stating that these are their results. They are. I appreciate your hard work and dedication, Dr. Zakhev, but they're just taking too long. Changes need to be made. Changes? As the doctor nursery asked, the man finally turns back around in person. So this is a good story already. I like this. Yes, Doctor. May I see your notes? Of course, sir. The doctor hands him the clipboard with a shaky hand. The man immediately takes it and begins flipping through the pages, analyzing each one carefully and critically. After what feels like ages, he hands the clipboard back. We're going to increase trauma exposure and mental fortitude trials. Sir, but please, they're young children. You can't? I absolutely can. You'd be as wise to do as I say, Doctor. He lays a hand on the doctor's lab coat covered shoulder, cracking and turning, half smiling and so. It may just save your life, my friend. Oof. For a few seconds, the man stares into the doctor's eyes with slow piercing gaze. When satisfied, he turns and departs the lab. The doctor, now alone, sits and removes the glasses with a sigh. His hands clasp his head and begin to render his hand in utter frustration. Damn it all! He puts his glasses back on and gets to his feet, moving on to the display with reluctance in his step. On the other hand, he watches the floor with small girls eagerly interact with each other. How long can I do this? Ooh. Present day. Oh, readier. Hello. Hello. So, in return to the portrait, Renu is a big name because that's apparently Natsuki's dad. Return to the portrait reveals Renu is Natsuki's dad. So, I don't know if that makes sense or if this is just completely different, but that's what Return to the portrait refers to Renu as. So, Renu, welcome, gentlemen. We are so pleased to accept you and your extremely unique skill sets into the good graces of our complex. Our family. He says this with open arms as we all stand tall in a row. There's a smile plastered on his face, and I can't tell if it's sincere or not. I chewed my cigar from him before pulling puff from the smoke. So, who are we? Could Lieutenant Preacher please step forward? Oh, so we're Lieutenant Preacher. I do as he asks, and step forward. He extends his hand, and I shake it. Ah, Lieutenant, it's an honor to finally meet you. Your reputation precedes you. Thank you, sir. No thanks necessary. You and your men are precisely what this facility needs. I've read all your files, even the redactions. Iraq, Afghanistan, Russia, Mexico. Quite an extensive and impressive record for men of your age. We shouldn't try to live up to it, sir. I have no doubt that you will continue to do so. It looks my men and I agree, Elena, as if studying something. Gentlemen, if you would please, follow me. He, along with every armed personnel, turned in motion for us to follow. As a facility devoted to many things, not least of which is research on the behalf of humanity, we are a fairly isolated operation. We're independent, but the United States government is very much interested in what we offer here, and so they will help us they were able to help us negotiate a deal with Shogun for you. I see. It leads us to a courtyard and the Humvees that brought us here pull out and leave, off into the sea of trees beyond. The courtyard's full of rustic-looking cabins lining a path, and he looks out of place. Many returns to notice me looking. They're remnants. Of what? This was a camp before we established ourselves here, but it was eventually abandoned. It refurbished the cabins for staff usage. So this is already interesting. We're getting our story from, like, some lab. A camp, huh? Our place to have a shop, but whatever. Beyond the courtyard, the primary facility looms over us like a medieval castle. It's colossal. For a moment, I found myself wondering how the hell they managed to construct this place here. Ben here lead us straight inside. Alright, gentlemen, I'll take you down to the armory. We'll get you out and fitted for your duties. What exactly do you tell, Mr. Venier? Oh, all in due time, Lieutenant. I have to say, I appreciate the enthusiasm, though. I begin to familiarize myself with the winding halls as he and his guards lead us past bustling staff, and I can only mention that my men do the same. As Venier approaches, every staff member in our way steps aside and waits for Venier to pass. They say nothing, which is clear to see that Venier is the large in charge around here. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh! There he is. There's the man of the hour. There's the man. The myth. The Renier. We have the armory, a fairly expensive room with a caged-off section on one side and a finery on the other. A mustached man sits behind the armory and stands tall. Okay, so this is not Renier. Who is this? He stands tall when he notices Renier approaching. Renier informs him of us and our need to be properly outfitted for our duties. The man looks all up and down. Sure thing. Come on over, guys. He reaches behind and takes a rifle off the rack, and when he turns around, I see it's an M4 carbine. It's standard issue for such a combat personnel here. This too. He reaches below the counter and comes back up with a Beretta 92FS, laying it next to the M4 before going back under. He returns with mags for both weapons along with 2 frag grenades. I love both my small-time weapons, holstering the Beretta and shouldering the M4 before taking the frags. The man looks over once again. I see you guys already have knives. That's not good too. We'll get you guys some new fatigues though. I stand aside and let my men get equipped through the fitting process. Say, what do you guys with? Rangers? Green Berets? Horsemen Special Tactics and Assault, 3rd Division. I'm trying to piece together. What is this? This is definitely a lab. And Zakiev, the 4 girls. I'm assuming that that's Natsuki, Monica, Yuri, and Sayori that are being experimented on. But I'm trying to see, where does everyone else fit into this? Like, who's Preacher, and who's this guy? I'm guessing they're all part of the same laboratory. The man's face immediately contorts with confusion. Horsemen? Never heard of them. You guys must be some real cloak and dagger types. From behind me, I hear Rainier let out a hearty laugh. Most people don't know that you exist, Isaac. There's a good reason for that. Okay, so his name was Isaac. He wasn't wrong. Matter of fact, gentlemen, I'm curious to discuss myself. Care to do a bit of target practice? He just did the firing range. I see several targets wing pop up. Sure thing, sir. Well, boss is up to bat. So Sandman is. Yeah. So, we're the boss of this, like, regime here. Okay, we're getting more story. Ready, Lieutenant? Always. Isaac, on 3. Get the targets on. Yes, Mr. Ready. 1. I feel my heart begin to beat my ears. My heart drum pounding rhythmically. 2. Slowly more. Down to a crawl. 3. And as soon as he gets to the sound of command, the targets begin to fire, fling outward. I'm quicker than them, though. When I draw my rudder, click the safety off, and nail all 5 wood division in only 2 seconds. Ooh, ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Easy clap, boys. Pog you. I click the safety back on, holds to my sidearm, and time returns to normal. My God. Bravo, Lieutenant. He sometimes with odd and still in such interface, and I know my man was smirking. So the stories are true. Horsemen are truly a force to be reckoned with. We like to think so. What was that? How did you do that? I've never seen anyone, and I mean anyone, nail 5 targets that fast. Training. It's all in training. He scoffed at this. Yeah, right. Well, that certainly was kind of show. Isaac, could you get these men outfitted for the fatigues? Of course, sir. Fellas, if you want to come in over here. Once we got mentioned up, Isaac informed us they would have several sets of fatigues sent to our quarters. Rainier, satisfied with this towards a briefing room to continue on induction. Oh, I like that wipe. And I like these backgrounds. These backgrounds are very, very smooth. I like them. My, I had no doubt that you were capable of exceeding feats, but having them demonstrated to me firsthand, it was something. Well, down to business. After some consulting with my surgery, we made some decisions regarding your assignment. For the first couple of weeks, too, we're most likely going to have you policing the faculty and going up patrols around the perimeter, simply for the sides of familiar with the grounds. As isolated as we are, the possibilities of outsiders making their way up here in justice cannot be taken lightly. The last thing we know is some terrorists duping around when they can't supposed to. And what about after that, sir? Okay, so this is Rainier. Okay, Isaac was off screen. Ah, yes, so your occupation as members of a clandestine counterterrorism unit places you as special combat personnel in our facility. Because of this, both I and the head of security are in agreement that you will be suited to working on Project Libatina as special security and containment detail. Project Libatina. Ooh. We're getting story about Libatina. Project Libatina? Yes, what are more ambitious projects? Highly classified. Obviously, saying this, I must reinforce the fact that you do not speak of it with anybody who is not part of the project. I mean this very strictly. Are we clear? Crystal. What else do you need to see with it, sir? Good answer. Chances are we'll have most of you posted down there when you're adjusted. 1 or 2 of you might be chosen to lead patrol every now and then. You're allowed to be armed at all times, so keep your rifle and or sidearm on you at all times. If you see anybody who isn't supposed to be here, shoot to kill. It's a price for ignoring the numerous no trespassing signs we put up around the perimeter. And your eyes are starting to send the questions, but we give them none. We send sensibly, and he continues. Now this is good story so far. I'm loving this. I'm loving this story so far. This is really, really interesting. I believe that covers the gist, gentlemen. My men can take you to your quarters, and tomorrow we'll start your boys off on a patrol. It's a long way up here. I'm sure you're all in dire need of some rest. Thank you, sir. The guards circle around and begin to follow them out. As we're about to exit, however, Rainier speaks up once more. One more thing before you go. We all halt and turn around and waiting for his response. Welcome to Rapture's Hope. Okay, so Rapture's Hope. The thing. I don't know. What? The room was pretty nice without bland and empty. However, there's still quite a cut above the barracks and back and base. We each got our own too. Yeah, it looks like a completely different game from the DLC. it's starting off in a lab, so it's like this is like a completely different game. It tells its own story, which I like. The rest of the Vale's one of the rooms to the left of mine. I sit in my bed out of my standard issue army fatigues, down to a shirt and boxers. I set my watch on the small table, the only object in the room aside from my bed. The only accessory I never take off are the dog tags that dangle on my neck. We gotta get up bright and early tomorrow morning, and so I lay back on the awful comfy mattress. My mind starts to wander as I look up at the monitor on the ceiling, and I think about everything. If the mail table was eager and willing enough to hand over a horseman fire team to an independent facility, well, there must be something interesting stuff going on here. I remember back to what Radio said about the project we would be assigned to. I didn't think about it too much in the moment, but he said security and containment detail. I wonder what the hell that means. That's the last of my thoughts that I drifted into a dreamless sleep. Damn, so that was skipped right to the next day. Nice. We get up and Adam the next morning, trying out new fatigues before getting outfitted. The fatigues are complemented by a well-known pattern and obvious tactical decision given the environment. We have 5 minutes to fully script, and we waste no time doing so. We make small talk as we do, though. What do you think so far, boss? Well, it's not quite what I expected. You mean that in a good way or a bad way? I don't really know yet. I guess we'll see. Did you seem more like did you I'm doing your mom? Anyway, welcome to the stream, Allah. I don't know that scene, so I'll just say the first 3 letters of your name. Allah? Oh? I don't really know yet. Guess we'll see. This is really interesting. Why can't I see the game? Oh, what? Why is it? I mean, the game should be up. Game should be here. I don't know why you couldn't see anything. Wait, what? I switched scenes. We can't see the text section? Oh, let me fucking... I forgot to resize it. I forgot to resize the game. Oof. Now that's a big oof. I did the same thing with, Focus on Me. And I did that entire mod like that, so I don't know. But yeah, sorry about that. Should be good now. The game should be fine now. When the gods come back, we've all gone out to the courtyard when a few more men are waiting. It's easy to tell that the man in the middle is in charge. He sizes us up as we approach. Lieutenant Preacher, I presume? Guilty as charged, I'm afraid. He extends his hand and I shake it. Joshua Holton, I'm the facility head of security. I've been instructed to teach you and your team the patrol route. First things first, however, you and your men are gonna need these. Goes to the left, passes or something, and he holds his hand out to us. I do their earpieces and take them before passing forward to the left of my team. As we're putting them in and hooking them to our radios, Joshua explains further. Obviously, communication is vital here. Watchman needs to have a way of getting hold of you and vice versa. Come in? Well, aren't you a quick learner? Yeah. Watchman serves as command for security here. All you gotta do is radio them in for the same homes. Test your mics and then we'll get going. I do as he says, and all men do the same. Our mics work just fine. Okay, let's head out. Ooh. The cool air is stagnant and leaves crunch on our boots. Joshua leads us along the outside of a lengthy fence line. Decorated between keep out and no trespassing private property signs. Don't get too close, it's electric. One touch and within seconds you're rocking the well done look. Noted. Alright fellas, you're mainly gonna be rolling up and down the perimeter here. We don't have too many problems, but every now and again there's an uneasy policy of roughly stop sensing kind of news. I'm sure if any told you what to do with pitch up I told you what Yeah, shoot to kill. Good. You guys don't seem like you need that. I glance back at my men. They all have the same stone-faced expression than I do. Relax, fellas. I spent 4 years in the Marine Force Recon. It's easy to identify that look. You guys are apparently some big shit, huh? Blackout's real shady stuff. You could say that. Menu told me all about it. I got to know my security personnel, and you fellows, wow, we had a home run with you guys. He stopped to have an overlook, peering up over the tree line. Yeah, you guys probably know the drill. Keep our eyes peeled for anything and everything. We'll have you guys posted out here with 2 other teams in the area, so definitely check for fire. I don't want any damn accident reports. That's just a huge mess. We saved a few from them, listening and carefully watching before we turned back and head back the way we came. All the while, we're instructed to keep an eye out everywhere. Those are some pretty badass names you got. Preacher, Sandman, Zombie, Hannibal, and Outlaw. He glances back at Outlaw. You a big Western fan? Of course. Joshua Smith and faces forward again. I can't imagine being stuck with the code name as my real name, though. Doesn't that cause problems? Sometimes. Ain't much we can do about it, though. Heh. The military. I don't really know if I miss it or not. You happy to be out? Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, no. Job is definitely not to move around, though. Say, did Ray mention what you guys would be doing after patrolling for a bit? I was struggling to remember the acronym was probably something you mentioned. I know it started with an L, but I just play it safe. Here's something I'm not supposed to discuss either, so that was not in favor. Then again, the head of security is part of the project. Yeah, he mentioned something about the project. Ah, so he did let you on that, did he? He mentioned any specifics? Security and containment detail. This was like talking to Joshua. That it? That's it. Well, if there's anything with your skills, it would definitely be an assignment to the project. My curiosity comes back to gnaw me, and I found myself pressing a little bit more for answers, though deep down I know it's in vain. Anything you can tell us about the project? No can do, Chief. That's radio surveillance file. If he didn't tell you, he's saving it. Well, it was worth a shot. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's at least worth a shot to ask about it. Like, even if you don't get anything out of it, it's at least worth a shot to ask. Randy will probably disclose more about it when we get to that point. I don't know. After a few minutes of walking, the only sound being the leaves crunching and the trees slightly swaying, a checkpoint comes into sight. Several guards occupy the area and quickly take notice of our advance. Easy, guys, just us. Apologies, Captain. I assume everything's quiet out here? Extremely, sir. Glad to hear it. I'm just showing you the personnel on the patrol route. The guards all look directly over at us, and there's absolutely identical blank stare on all their faces. They won't be on patrol duty very long, maybe a few weeks. After that, 1 or 2 of them on occasion will be leaving when out here. Turns to us. Fellas, this here is the checkpoint. Only entrance to the premises, and it's the only exit. You hear any trouble over here, you come running immediately. Understood. Good. I need to cover curves with you guys before we cut you loose. Don't worry, we operate very closely with standard military ones, just some minor deviations. After that, you're on your own. Almost 2 weeks in now. Okay, so time skip again. Time skippy. A lot of time skips in this one. Almost 2 weeks now. Patrolling along the line, just blowing in uneventful as I suspected. Actually, I would just surpass my expectations. We walk back and forth along the established perimeter, and nothing ever happens. Tonight, it seems to be no different. The moon's full in the sky with the twisted branches above us, thin beams of light slip through. Other than that, it is pure darkness. We tread as quiet as we can, a simple precaution. We move single file and we're entirely silent as we do. I'm taken back when someone comes to life in my ear. Talon, this is Watchman. How copy? Clear copy, Watchman. This is Fraser. Over. Fraser, you and the men need to hustle on the checkpoint now. Get on cover and get ready. Over. Baffled, I'm turned to my men, who are no doubt anxious watching my back and forth with the Watchman. Copy that. We're on route. What's going on, boss? We got orders double-handed to the checkpoint. Told us to be ready. We gotta go. We sped through the woods at full speed, and eventually the lights on the checkpoint come into view. The guns are all uncovered. Their rifles either held close to the chest or poking out through a window. So what is gonna happen here? The north sense approaching motion wants to get closer. I move and cover someone. The guards next to a window inside the small building. The rest of my team doesn't take position. What's going on? We got trouble coming towards us. Scouts radioing in early, saying that the large group of armed militants moving away. Oh shit, that gotta be good news. Armed militants up here? Yeah, what? They didn't tell you about them? No. Must have slipped their mind, I guess. Shh! I see movement! I grab my rifle, switch the safety off, and pull back the bolt. Peeking at the window just slightly, I can definitely make out several shapes moving in the dark. From outside, a guard using a loudspeaker bellows. Turn back now! This is private property. If you continue to advance, we can and will use lethal force. It's all quiet for a few moments. There's nothing but suffocating silence all around us. No crickets, no wind, nothing. But then suddenly, a gunshot cracks through the air, followed by another, then another, and then another. 4 short bursts. Brrr. Guess we're doing this. Jesus. Put my fly out of the window and begin firing closely approaching shapes. Many of them uncover, but as I slow my position in time, I'm able to easily aim and fire at their exposed limbs. I nail one figure's shoulder, poking off behind a tree. I watch as they fall through the ground and try to nurse their wounds, and as soon as the head is exposed, headshot. The guard next to me takes a round to chest and falls backwards. He begins steaming past the side of the tree. Blood's everywhere. He ain't gonna make it unless I can pull him out of here. Damn it! I shoulder my rifle, lean down and grab him on the way. I was keep my head down as the gas was all around me. I begin to drag him out and search for more cover. Keep pressure on that, don't let up. I have faith he hears me. Looking around, I see my men firing upon the invaders from the covered position. I drag the wounded guard to the few other guards tucked away behind several small pillars. Got a wounded man over here! They take him from me and set him up behind one of the pillars. Make sure you keep pressure on that wound. Then none. I sweep back into the fight. Boss! Zombies up on one of the watch posts, crouching on the concrete slab. I come up and join him. What the fuck, boss? Who are these guys? I don't know. Doesn't matter. The figures continue advancing towards the gates, firing all the while. One makes a mistake of reeling a cover, and I immediately take the last 3 shots into him. 2 more shapes emerge from behind him, and they both get a shot straight through the dome. I get back in cover and lean onto my radio. Push him back, then we'll advance. Roger that, boss. I check my mag. I'm down to 10. Sliding the man back in, I lean back out and time slows again. The sound of gunfire is distorted. I let loose a hail of bullets to the nearest emerging figures. My face is entirely devoid of motion as I watch the gunfire shred through their bodies. As they drop, another shape comes out from cover behind them. His rifle is raised and a flash of light comes from the barrel. I get back into cover, placing my M4's empty mag with a full one. I listen closely for where exactly the nearest gunfire is coming from. Got it. I pop back out, immediately setting eyes on him. He's done for. Nice. The hero's thing now. It's time to finish them off. Talon! Take a few men and move in. All in personnel, stay here and hold! I knock the zombie, and we move out and jump down from the roof. The rest of Talon, along with some of the other guards, moving after us. We advance hard and fast, going down any of the militants in our way. We spread out in order to cover the most ground, and I hit with a thick crowd of trees. As I approach, one of the militants is in an ambush behind me on the tree. He tries to bring his knife down, but my quickly reaches up to intercept it. I strike a sword with a free hand and grip the knife, and then drive it into his Adam's apple. Look at me with terror's eyes, and I get the knife and deep into his death. From ahead, 7 more militants emerge from the brush. I quickly bring my attacker's body run to meet their fire, which sickeningly impacts the end of the cords. Using my free hand, I grab my sidearm and sling it over his shoulder, firing in quick succession. They all catch my assailants, and it's over just as fast as it began. I let my human shield drop to the ground, breaking my weapon out as I approach the other bodies to go for my kills. As I get closer, I see there's still one, just barely alive. He's choking, gasping, and he helplessly watches me. Don't let them fool you. Scared deathbed rambling. He's suffering. I should put him out of his misery. I raised my brother and named him. He's not telling me that he resigns to his fate. They'll lie to you. Ooh. Shit. All in all, 30 enemy casualties. All dead. We sustained 7. 4 wounded and 3 killed. Manu stands by, leaning against a nearby wall. I can't read the extension on his face. I think I speak for myself and Mr. Aiden when I say that you gentlemen performed exceptionally. Lieutenant, I understand you saved a wounded guard. I did. Joshua looks over to Rainier, and Rainier looks over at him. They share a knowing glance of revulsion back at us. Gentlemen, I think it's time. You passed your test with flying colors. Test, sir? Yes, test. And I expect you tested that. We needed to witness the extent of your capability in combat. You did not disappoint. While this attack was certainly unpredicted, it still worked out in our favor. We would have tested this another way eventually, but this was much better. With minimal preparation, you and our guard force propelled a heavily armed trained missile attack. Forgive us for not telling you about them. As I mentioned previously, we rarely have altercations with them. Skirmish and patrol, sure, but never an assault. Who are they? Deserters, offshore from the Japanese military, and also from our own personnel. The personnel here? They actually desert? Joshua nods. It's been a problem. Not everyone's faithful to our cause. We're hoping that you men are as reliable as you appear to be. I can assure you, my men and I are the very definition of reliable. Joshua smirks in response. Glad to hear it. So, do you think you're ready to undertake your duty on the project? We're ready for anything you throw at us. Very well, Joshua. Go ahead. Alright, gentlemen, you must understand that everything you are let in on about this project is highly sensitive. Everything you learn is classified. Everything you see and hear is classified. Understood? Yes, sir. Ooh, here we go. Joshua gives a small abyss of circle around the desk of the computer. Rainer shuts off the lights off and the video begins playing the projection in front of the room. The first thing that pops up is, on the other blank screen, the bowl was October incident, classified. And just like that, I'm intrigued. We've been waiting weeks to figure out just what the hell this is. The next screen shows a younger man, maybe in his mid-20s, wearing glasses and a lab coat, sitting in a room facing the camera. He identifies himself as Dr. Abraham Zakayev. He has a man accent telling me he's Russian, but he speaks clear and perfect English. Under the orders of Mr. Rainier and Joshua, I've been instructed to document what has now been called the October Incident. 2 days ago, the psionic containment field malfunctioned under unknown circumstances. We had hoped that Alyssa wouldn't sense the field's failure in use of abilities, but she did. In this documentation, I've included footage of what occurred. Alpha Team was sent to D-Wing, where she was suspected to be hiding, to subdue and contain her. The screen goes black for a few minutes before flashing the security feed, and then I see that it stayed almost 18 years ago. The screen displayed a corridor, which is being entered by several armed heavily armed personnel. They advanced when the North Horseman forced them to move for cover. All was still for a moment until the lights began to flicker. Suddenly, one of the men tossed up and towards the wall, being slammed repeatedly and violently. The rest of them began yelling and moving to him. He began to fire the rifles while spitting off screen, and one of them was thrown backwards. A girl suddenly appears in the midst of all the chaos. She looks young and harmless, but there's a creepy feeling she goes off. The strangest thing about her is a flow of unnaturally white hair. Alyssa. I'm assuming that this is of the Alyssa from. I'm assuming that Alyssa's the one that's in the picture where you decode Natsuki's character file. So I'm assuming that's the Alyssa they're talking about. As soon as the men notice her, they raise their weapons. Before they can fire at it, their guns are thrown from them as for a minute in the air. Before they know it, they're under assault by their own weapons. Fortunately, the projectiles bounce off their armor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually, like, kind of, now another thing is going to be slightly smaller, so I need to do this. And then I can look at exactly how long we've been recording for. Nice. Anyway. Let us continue. But they know it, they're under assault by their own weapons. Fortunately, the projectiles bounce off their armor. Joshua speaks up at this part. They're armed with tranquilizer rounds. Chaos continues as they run around, and quite a few are thrown and dragged off forcefully. Their girl continues to stand peacefully, uttered undeterred by the surrounding carnage, until she begins to float. Subtle and barely noticeable at first, but she begins to float higher and higher, the eye of the storm. The men, even through their helmets, communicate a horror of what's happening. The feed ends, and Dr. Zakayev returns. The doctor sighs and speaks up again. Alyssa was subdued not long after by the combined efforts of 2 more approaching teams, Gamma and Delta. However, by the time they were out, the Alpha team had sustained multiple gruesome fatalities. Those who survived were hospitalized with injuries ranging from moderate to severe. Gamma and Delta also sustained a few casualties, and at this time I'm not sure if there were any fatalities among them. Alyssa had been placed in isolation for an, as of now, undetermined amount of time. I have been instructed to observe it more carefully and ensure that this incident does not repeat itself. We are currently working to complete the psionic field and investigative. There are unknown cause behind this failure. This is Dr. Abraham Zakayev, signing off. And with that, the video ends. The lights will switch back on. We all sit in silence for a few moments, processing with the actual hell we had just witnessed. Then Emmanuel speaks up. "No, I'm sure you see what this project is so sensitive." Sandman is the first one to speak in, but what in the hell was that? Emmanuel speaks and begins to pace. "That is Project Libertina, psionic research, gentlemen. This is why the United States is so interested in us. And it's also why they would provide you to us. The project is based on a large group of subjects who are suffering. They are infected with disease focused on psychic abilities. We are trying to cure them to save them from this horrible ailment." "So you're saying what? That these subjects have superpowers?" "That truly is hard to believe, and after all, you yourself are in possession of what some would call superpowers." "Fair point, actually. Is this disease contagious?" "No, it is not communicable. Not yet, anyway. Somehow it develops within the subject at birth and progresses as they age. We still haven't discovered why exactly that is, however. Quarantine is also a big priority, just in case it becomes communicable. So we took it upon ourselves to contain them here on the island, preventing them from posing any danger to the public while simultaneously trying to help them. This is no small light undertaking. I'm sure you men understand this. These subjects are incredibly powerful and incredibly dangerous. I guarantee you more so than anything I've ever faced. I will, of course, oversee a special training on the assignment before you are able to fully perform your duties." I nod and understand. Or at least I think I do. I'm not quite sure. Things are still starting to pass in my head. I like that this game is like has distanced itself from the regular Doki Doki. Like this is like a completely different game, and I like this. I love it. I love the fact that it's like a completely different game. Sure, being able to slow your position time while your reflexes is impossible, but tossing around a team of all men like ragdolls without laying a finger on them, levitating them in air, this is overwhelming just a little bit. And with that order, you turn toward dismiss. Joshua, welcome to retrieve in the morning to start your training. Sound good? Yes, sir. Good. I can't do the voices. Holy shit, boss, what do you make of that? Be careful to give up with this on ice people from nearby people. Tell you the truth, I don't really know what to make of it. But we got our job to do, and we're sure as hell gonna see it through. Of course, boss. It's just, what the hell, man? We all saw the way the girl Tosses got developed with nothing. You guys think we'll be okay? We'll be fine. You worry too damn much, man. In case you forgot, we're not exactly your run-of-the-mill soldiers. Yo, thank you for stopping by, though, zombie. Thank you for stopping by, dude. Sentiment playfully slugs Zombie the shoulder to Mujo's remark, and Zombie returns favor. I was quiet, walking to the back of us, and whenever I glance back, he looks like he was deep in thought, wondering about something. I don't really blame him. I think we're all a little forgetful from what we saw. We arrive at our rooms, and I give a gruff good night, fellas, before we return for the night. Have fun with the mod? Thanks. I take a few moments to just stand there, just sighing and adjusting, turning out the lights before sliding into bed. My pillow's thick enough that I can't feel my beretta beneath it. I begin to drift off sleep, but as I do, I feel a faint shivering down my spine. But I'm too exhausted to be like, here, then I'll let sleep take me. The same chill returns, this time more alien and cringe-inducing. I turn my head to glance at my watch, and in the darkness see that it's 2 in the morning. I swore that my eyes were only closed for a couple minutes. An odd and welcome feeling follows the chill. It's my instinct telling me that something is not right here. Something is very, very wrong. I mean, something is probably very wrong. Like, it's probably like Renier and Joshua and everyone are probably not telling the full story of what's happening here. What? What? Excuse me? Excuse me? I just heard... What? Raised my head, I found that my room was filling on. Floor had been replaced with what appears to be stone, black as pitch. I look upwards. I was stunned to find a similarly black expanse. No stars, no clouds, nothing but an endless gray expanse. I get around on a baby relative and a floating platform in the middle of this vast expanse. This is, without a doubt, the most vivid dream I've ever had. I take a moment to look down and move my hands and fingers, and I free will all of the emotions I have. This isn't like any dream I've ever experienced before. That's for damn sure. Wait. Hold on. I ponder what to do for open moments before I look around. Everything's just empty. This place is the definition of empty. No matter where I look, all I see is just the same endless, monotonous darkness stretching on and on forever. I tried to take my office, finding a abyss and sending me back to the edge. As soon as I walked backwards and turned around, I immediately found that my bed has vanished. The stone island is now totally devoid of anything. Except myself, of course. This is all too strange and unsettling. It's all surreal. It's as if I'm actually experiencing this and only if I was awake. I'm not even certain even whether this is a dream. I can't shake the creeping feeling though. I can't shake the creeping thought that I'm actually dead, that I'm now trapped in some more purgatory. As soon as I crossed my mind, I began to feel a lot more shake and rumble. So the one side caused me to fall on my back and slide feet first off the island. I'm able to resist, and I can't seem to find anything to hold on to. Nothing I can do is to fall into oblivion, screaming all the air from my lungs. I fall free for moments, but my body collapsed to the ground. The wind gets knocked down me pretty badly, but other than that, I feel okay. I clung to my feet and checked myself over. Finding that I didn't suffer any injuries from the fall, much to my surprise. No broken bones, no cuts, not so much as a damn bruise. I guess I confirmed that this is a dream. Finishing my self-examination, I look around to scan my surroundings. Oh, shit. Ahead of me lays a pathway, constructed of the same pitch-black stony material that the island was made of. Pathway is illuminated faintly by what I was considered its wisp of light, slowly falling back and forth. This is cool. Seeing as I'm not much trust, I figure, what the hell? And I head down the dimly lit path. I walk and walk and walk some more. This damn thing can be stretching for miles. My feet don't even get tired. The poor lighting of this place feels all sort of wrong and unnatural. After what seems like hours of walking, the path suddenly stops and clearing. I look around for any sign of what the hell I'm supposed to do, but the clearing is as empty as the rest of this damn place. Frustrated, I basically yelling through the void as something might respond. Unfortunately for me, it did. A black silhouette begins to manifest right in front of me, a shape that appears to be wearing a top hat and a long coat. When I'm able to bring myself to look at his face, I find only two orbs of dim, glowing light staring back at me. Oh god. Hello, preacher. I've been watching you for a while now. I must say, it seems as though you have lived a rather unique lifestyle for someone of your age. So to back with the figure in the mist and fog of space, leaving nothing behind. The voice sounds again, only this time I can't pinpoint its origin. What is happening here? Good and evil, preacher. Constructs created by mankind in order to justify and classify their actions. These are concepts you have become well acquainted with all your life, and yet you refuse to take a side. You rather follow your orders, whether they be considered good or evil, and stay at the dog on a leash. You're a slave, a tin man. So who's this guy? And who the fuck is he talking to me about? What the hell are you? His voice whispers into my ear from behind me, and I feel his hot breath against my neck. It makes my skin crawl. But I'm going to tell you a secret, preacher. Oh, fuck. I tend to face him and I'm greeted by a firm hand gripped around my throat. The smoke around my face is now gone. He lifts me up off the ground with a single want to face him, but his eyes can burn into mine. Though I realize that you haven't done and conquered much throughout your short lifetime, you ain't seen nothing yet. You're more important than you realize, my old friend. I continue stoically glare into his eyes, doing my best to conceal the fear I feel rising within me. He already knows, though. I prefer to not interfere with the affairs of this mere world, but I simply cannot ignore what's coming, and neither can you. He lifts a shifting, gloved finger eyes almost accusingly. The shadow from the water music glint that touches his face as though he is trying to break free of the shadow of sin. What do you want from me? I choke out. He said that before studying me before finally releasing me. I fall to the ground and begin rubbing my neck, looking up to see that he had disappeared once again. Of course, his voice swings up behind me. I scrambled on my feet, finding him leaning on a cage and lighting a cigar, the smoke surrounding him once more. Well, a man of taste, I can't but think. I silently watch him puff his cigar until he speaks again. Whether or not you have questions is of little importance right now, it would be a waste of time. You possess power that most men can only dream of, and the strength necessary to survive the road ahead. A lion among sheep. Any trinket or enhancement I could offer would be unnecessary, for now at least. We'll just have to see how things play out. So instead I offer you a much different price. Something you would find more useful. Knowledge. I'm still shaking my feet and can't move. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't extreme. Seems I got no choice but to him anyway. Through the so-called sanctuary that you will now reside in seem to serve as this place of solace, don't be fooled. You'll soon learn that it serves another purpose entirely. What are you talking about? Tomorrow you'll be introduced to that underground labyrinth, Archimedes' Labs, which transpires down there sinister, but you won't break. You're too strong. Your current masters, your leash holders, they lie to you. Devils, wait, what? So, what are you talking about? Ooh, the man in the top hat. The man in the top hat. He puffs his cigar, bowing with bright orange eyes into me as he approaches. I don't back away after all. If you wanted me dead, I damn well would be. In the end, you'll be the only one who can stop them. I have other matters of my own to face. Whether you choose to obey your masters or break free and stand against them is up to you. Should you decide the latter, they can provide you with occasional insight and answers. Of course, this doesn't mean that I can or even will solve any problems you have along the way. You're more than capable of handling them on your own. The entity started cackling with smoky, raspy chuckling. So, what am I supposed to do? You'll know quite soon. Everything will all come together and make sense. Have faith in it. I'm gonna call you Top Hat Man, because I don't know your name. So, Top Hat Man. Yeah, nice. He takes his gun, puts it out with one of his long, thin, shadowy fingers. Soon the hunt is running short, so I'll make the rest of this quick. You may do what you wish with the information I give you, but I must ask you to remember this. I'm listening. Your kind has a habit of searching for hidden messages and everything, even if there was never a hidden meaning in the first place. But in this case, let's just say for now, there's more than what meets the eye. So much more. I'll be watching your actions much more closely now, although I'll not judge whichever you choose. We'll meet again soon. Best of luck to you, Preacher. Don't disappoint me. And Top Hat Man's gone. The energy tips his hat at me and goes to puff of me and puff of black smoke that composes form. Suddenly, I feel myself freeing from the dream and into reality. My eyes were open, greeted by the empty cell room. Upon instinct, I immediately got the round tucked on my pillow. The only signs of periodic tick, tick, tick emitting from my watch. I set up and found my room entirely in order. Sample material, walls are intact, no dustling from their voice around me. After a quick once over, I put the beveder back under my pillow. I think back to the dream I decided how strange it was. Strange doesn't even begin to cover it. Everything that thing told me, was it true? I mean, if this Project Libertina thing is a real deal, I'm kinda open to anything. I guess only time will tell. Archimedes Labs. I never knew the name of the damn laboratory. It was always just the lab to me, but the day Joshua brought us down there, he revealed its official title, Archimedes Labs. Just like the entity had told me, I can't decide if it was real or not, so maybe it was just a coincidence. Maybe the name in passing and subconsciously buried it. The lab turned out to be under another part of the facility that we hadn't seen yet either, referred to as the institution. Apparently that was where we were spending most of our time. The first day Joshua bought us sent to the labs, we've been taken to the main research center in order to meet the main staff. Before we post you, Amy and I wanted to introduce you to the staff on the project. He slide the card to the keypad in the middle of the slots open, and inside we find a bunch of busy people in lab coats, hustling and bustling around the area. Yes. The lab. Joshua leads us through the middle to find the two individuals in particular. At the end of the lab, both are middle-aged men are working away. One, who is slightly taller than with cinnamon glasses than the others, is reading some notes. The other works diligently on a nearby computer. He looks familiar. As we approach the tall Dr. Thinly smells Joshua. Dr. Shiai. Mr. Holden. To what do I owe the pleasure? Joshua nods to us and introduces us. I brought them. Dr. Shiai, be Fire Team Talon. Talon meet Dr. Shiai. Ah, of course, the so-called Super Shoulders. Soldiers. The doctor sends us with the obviously against his own. Okay, so I need to reset that. Ah, of course, the so-called Super Soldiers. This gets like a prick. I don't like this guy. They compare to a stone-faced expression. Ah, Dr. Zakayev. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Take notice you put together a doctor who appears much more disheveled and disloyal as a mean Tai Shy. Still, I automatically like this guy more. I've learned to be a semi-good judge of character. I also finally recall that he's the guy that gets over instant video we watched. I extend my hand towards him and he shakes it. Lieutenant Preacher. Dr. Abraham Zakayev. It's a pleasure to meet you, gentlemen. Yeah, definitely a Russian accent. I can't do a Russian accent, so I'm just gonna have to talk in a relatively different voice for Abraham Zakayev. Anyway, I just wanted to come by and introduce him since I'm new and you'll probably be working together quite a bit. Gentlemen, if you follow me, we shouldn't follow, but I go this back just one more time. I can't quite understand why, but I just felt like I had to. That's what Zakayev watches intently, almost sorrowfully as we depart the lab. Boom. Easy. 1 month later. Another time skip. 1 month later. Boop. Alright guys, we need to be familiar with some of the more advanced equipment today. Don't worry, this is the last week of training. You guys have been great the past month and learning everything quick as hell. We've been touring and familiarizing ourselves with the labs during the period of the training. Learning the later becoming familiar with the staff, it was obviously important. We learned a lot over the past month. Correct taxes, running games with psychic, proper containment procedures, the works. Now Josh was getting familiar with some of the new equipment we'll have. He also had a saying towards us showing some oval-shaped metal devices. Obviously good innocent to it, but just not like any of them seen. This year's a sonic pulse grenade, developed after that October incident in HRDS. Definitely handy. He pisses when you and immediately throw it towards the target. You still want to clear something exploded. Even though it's not a frag, it can still destroy you and make it nauseous as hell. I think dumbasses saw the guts of a minute straight after not clearing themselves from the blast. Anyway, this was not gonna powers for a few seconds. Me and she'll get them back because your pets have your times up, so you gotta be quick. The whole week's full of learning about cool hidden equipment like this. At the end, all the suits we learned are tested by and evaluated by Joshua. Of course, we all passed with flying colors, and Joshua wasn't surprised. Welcome to your first official day in the job, man. I hope you're excited. Joshua's not so subtle talk how does he evade me. My men don't seem to got so amused either. I think it's time they take me up to the institution. I'm curious to more about the so-called institution. My men and I have been trading theories from the assumptions for the past month or so on the topic. Obviously containing these dangerous subjects, but the institution was an odd title for such a structure. Let's go then. Follow me, boys. Motioning his hand, he led us through the underground portion of the facility and towards a small hall we hadn't been introduced to yet. We came to a metal door, identical to the ones littered around the underground complex with a keypad. Above the door there was Complex 9A, institutional illegible. Joshua thought the key caught through and the door yielded to a real stairwell leading up. Ooh. We continued to follow Joshua to climb the stairwell, which seems to go on and on forever. When we finally reached the top, I looked down and see that it indeed did wind for quite a long way. I can't see the bottom. In front of us was another door that was much bulkier and seems more reinforced than the ones below. This door right here is pretty special, because of Class S security clearance. Highest you can get. Coughing. Only a select few, including Mr. Rainey and myself, and of course you guys, have key cards with the necessary clearance. He's let the car and the door opens through what looks to be a decontamination chamber. Joshua most of us to follow, we do. As we all enter, the doors quickly shut behind us, and the decontamination process begins, showering us in mist of some sort. Once I had finished and we were deemed decontaminated, the door in the front of us opened. I wasn't real prepared for what was on the other side. It's a school. A fucking school. There were clouds of nice halls and windows and students. Students buckling back and forth, carrying books of conversation. Some looked away, but only passing glances at all. Presence was completely out of the ordinary. Somewhere off down the hall, bright pink hair caught my attention before disappearing into a crowd. Welcome to the institution, gentlemen. It's a school? Yes, sir. Every single student you see here is a subject. Wait. So, the high school that we go to, is that connected to this large building right here? Cause that's some cool lore. Joshua, what is this? Well, it's a seemingly school environment. The lab below monitors all of this. This portion of the facility is staffed by teachers and equipment with a large cafeteria, bathrooms, and contain outside area. But they still know who's unleashed. Don't worry. All subjects are students are required to wear uniforms as well, as you can see. It's certainly not what we're expecting. What's the point of all this? Socializing them so they don't go insane, exposing the constant structure, listening how they interact, learn, and adapt. At least that's what the doctors tell me. I just handled security, man. Christ, on a bike, this thing has a fortune to run. Same and the rest of my team, for that matter, looking at it in astonishment. This place was a stark contrast to the rest of the facility, which was much more like a military scientific facility. This place looked as though it could be actually be procedure civilian high school, like in the outside world. I think you forget that we're a very influential and connected organization in the Sandman. I know that there are also several other armed guards wandering the halls, so they're few and far between. The guards will be happy to have such experienced soldiers to assist them. I imagine so. Not that there's usually problems or anything, but we'd like to be prepared. If the sign field goes down and the soldiers' powers happen to manifest, we're in deep shit. It's reassuring to have you guys here. I know many of us the same. I nod in acknowledgement. I don't really want to be here babysitting a bunch of volatile psychic kids, but it's not like I have much of a choice. A job is a job. So I'm assuming you're getting into the two, huh? Joshua smiles and pats my shoulder. You assumed correctly, Lieutenant. The zombie size and rolls his eyes. Fantastic. And this is the boys' locker room. Obviously, was in use when they're finished with PE. The girls' one's next to the left. Well, I guess we wasn't kidding when he said this place everything. Impressive, ain't it? Very. Alright then, if you want to finish examining these platoon clothes and no doubt all his private lockers, let's go. Joshua moves in order to the locker room and we nearly bumped someone who probably falls flat on their ass. People slap in all directions. So why not wrap into the air? In the midst of paper down below, I can see a messy coral pink hair complemented by a red bow. What the? Oh, it's you. Joshua stood there on a flat and unsurprised stone, which I'd be familiar with whoever this is. After all the paper debris clears, I can finally see the mystery close myself. Hey, it's Sayori! So Sayori, Yuri, Monica, and Natsuki all part of this facility. Nice. This is getting way more story behind the girls. The girl and her ocean blue eyes stare right up at us. She blushes and nervously laughs. Damn it, Sayori, what's the thing about watching where you're going? Sorry. And your blazer's unbuttoned again. Ashton ran to go to help her up. She looks up at me for a moment before laying the palm gently on and I bring her to her feet. She gets herself up before running on the sun to collect the papers, now strewn all over the hall. Get to class, Sayori. I don't want to remind you again. You certainly don't want me to either. Yes, sir. She replies nervously with eyes down. She can lose picking up papers. Come on, guys. We resume following Joshua, but as we start walking away from Sayori, I find a few bits just before the right on our path. I pick them up and give them a quick glance. Oh, they're flying some sort of literature club. Ooh. Apparently that's a girl's vice president. Pre-prestigious position for someone so clumsy. Only 3 other students. Monica, Natsuki, and Yuri. That's another girly artist who packs on the paper. So not really my thing. Ooh. Ooh. This is interesting. I returned the flyers to Sayori, who's still gathering the other papers, which I assume are the flyers. She doesn't notice my advances, so I have the flyers behind her, over her shoulder. She grabs them, looking up at me once more with a smile. Thank you. I nod before turning to Joshua on my team. And here I think you're just a tin soldier. Let's keep going. As you wish, your highness. Joshua does a mocking mouth to compliment this before leading us down the hallway. Suddenly, of course, was in his mind. So, students have clubs and stuff here? Yeah, it's honestly not that much different than the other schools, save for, well, you know. Yeah. But yeah, so here's the vice president of one of the not popular clubs here. I think I'm in a book club or something. I don't really keep up to date with all the extracurricular shit. That's what the Egghead sound says for. Fair enough. So where is the book club? I was just curious in all honesty. With almost entire school at this point. So I figured out what it had to be one of the classes we'd already been to. Upstairs, well, not third year classes off. We went by it. They usually host it after school hours have ended. Where do they go after school hours? They have testing on their off units and they'll go into the lab. If not, they often just stick to the dorms and when connected to the institution. We got some pretty advanced surveillance technology down here. And it's all too hard to keep an eye on them. Joshua continued to show us on the floor, showing us where clouds with the broom closet in the cafeteria. Afterwards, he left us to take care of this on our own. Well, boys, this is it. Exciting, isn't it? I'm joking, of course. The school's almost entirely empty right now. All you have to do is walk around and pretend to be busy. Maybe stop at an occasional check on a few of the after-school clubs. So when Leo's asked, we decided it might be better to split and cover more ground, considering this institution is huge. We all go in our separate ways, and I just choose one direction to go. It's time to figure out quite the halls are. It's something of a weird feeling being all alone in the hall. I thought it was however, when I ran across the girl from earlier, Sayori. She's stapling some of those flies to a bulletin board. I decided to approach her. Hi. Wah! She jumps, apparently stalled her quite a bit. Her flies fall to the gun again, but she's able to wheel her up or her up. I grabbed the last one left me and her. I guess I didn't introduce myself earlier. Lieutenant Preacher. The accent in my head told her she alternates looking at it and then back up at me, as though they just completely new to her something. I think she's trying to yell at her. As her shake my hand, she asks us me girls. That's just a weird name. So you're like a priest or something? What? No, that's my actual name. Oh, really? That's super unique. Wait till you hear the other names. I guess so. You don't look like the other gods around here. You don't act like them either. You're actually talking to me. What do you mean I don't look like the other gods here? Your outfit looks more, I don't know, tactical and stuff. That's what Yuri will probably say. Yuri, that name is a fading bell. I'm trying to call what I heard. The book club flyer. Hey, you're the vice president for the book club thing, aren't you? As soon as I was she immediately rises up even more, looking ecstatic. Oh, you mean the literature club? It's so cool that you come. Where should I even meet today? I don't think. What remembers if we cupcakes today? I'd say it by the mere mention of something sweet stopped me in my tracks. Haven't been forever since I had some good food, much less something sweet. I think about it for a second. I mean, going would absolutely not interfere with my duties. Quite the contrary, I'd be preferring them above and beyond by keeping an eye on the club. Yeah, I'm doing my job again. Shut the hell up, you know you're going to ways. Cupcakes, huh? Yeah, she's really good at baking. She can be a teensy weensy bit mean sometimes, though, just warning you. Well, one cupcake can hurt. Wait, follow me then! Oh shit, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm getting really good vibes from this, but, so I have a short stream here. But, this is the end portion of Project Outsider Chapter 1, Part 1. If you guys liked it and want to see more, drop a comment. If you want me to see me do more, and yeah, subscribe, click the bell, yeah, the stream live on Twitch, so, follow me on Twitch, get notified when I do this next, and I'll see you soon, later. Oh god.